growing up, I've lived my entire life here in Ashe County, with the exception of the time I spent on campus in Boone at college. Born and raised here, lived on a family farm. You can learn a lot of life lessons from a family farm. Elementary school, growing up, come home in the afternoons, and it was time to head to the fields to help Dad and my grandpa put up hay or hoe corn, whatever. That's what we did. We lived off of the land that we owned and loved it. So when I went to elementary school, kindergarten through 6th grade, I went to Lansing Elementary, and the school mascot there was a mountaineer. So my middle school and high school years were all at the same facility, and that was grades 7 through 12, and the mascot was a mountaineer. So when it came time to decide which college I wanted to go to, was there really a choice? I mean, there was no decision to be made, right? Once a mountaineer, always a mountaineer. So from kindergarten until I graduated college, I have always been a mountaineer. So when it came time to discuss college and to decide where I wanted to go, candidly, there was only ever really one choice for me. Once you're in these mountains, you really don't want to leave. That's who I am. These mountains are part of who Kim Shepherd is. And it was, is, and will forever be a fantastic university. So why go anywhere else? There really never was much of a choice for me. That's where I knew I wanted to be. And that first semester, I remember thinking, okay, you can do this, right? Because there are times in those first, especially few weeks, that I questioned, can I do this? But the folks at Appalachian made me know without a doubt, I can do this. Not one time in my career at App did I feel like I was just a number, ever. Professors cared about making sure that I was successful in the classroom, obviously, but beyond that too. They knew who I was as a person. They knew about things that were going on with me individually. My academic advisor was Dr. Teresa Early. And then one of my favorite math professors was Rudy Kurd, Dr. Rudy Kurd. They're married. And they took a special interest in making sure that I was successful. So I graduated Appalachian in December of '97. I was named CEO of Skyline in July of 2018. So we're close to 21 years later. 2 days after, I get this card. It says, "Dear Kim, Rudy and I just wanted to let you know how thrilled we were to learn that you have been named CEO of Skyline SkyBest. We knew years ago when we had you in class at ASU that you were a very talented young woman with a bright future. We are proud to have had even a very small part in your success. Good luck with new challenges at Skyline. We wish you all the best. Teresa Early and Rudy Kurd." Really? That's App. So I went to school to be a high school math teacher. That's what I thought I wanted to do. And when I graduated in Ashe County, there were no openings for a math teacher at the high school. I started working here at Skyline when I was in college and worked here part-time. It was a great part-time job. Skyline was a fantastic place for me to be in those college years. I would come in the afternoons after classes. I would work on Saturdays. I would work on holidays. I answered the phone. And there was a full-time job opening here, January 1st of 1998. And so I took that. Candidly, turns out one of the best decisions I ever made, right? But I had a passion for helping others. When I interviewed for my full-time job, Mr. Hobie Davis was the CEO at the time. And he asked me then, he said, "Okay, Kim, you're graduating, you're getting ready to start full-time here." He said, what are your career objectives? Where do you want to be? We were in this office. He was sitting behind the desk. I was sitting over there. And he said, "Where do you want to be?" And I said, "Mr. Davis, one day I want to sit in that chair right there." That was in 1998. And so when I got this job, Mr. Davis, who had been retired for many years, gave me a call and he said, "I remember that interview, Kim, and I remember what you told me." Started full-time in January of '98 in repair services, doing what I had been doing, but as a full-time, became the supervisor of that group pretty early on. Changed and grew from there to customer service manager. And then I took on sales, so I was customer service and sales. A little bit later, I took on field services. In 2011, I became an officer here, became the CEO in July of 2018. So here at Skyline, we are Skyline Membership Corporation, and we are Skybus Communications Incorporated. We are a full-fledged telecommunications and broadband services company. Collectively, we're really close to 40,000 broadband customers. So pretty large in the grand scheme of what we are. We are all about family. We are all about community. We are all about service. I love what I do. I love what this company represents. I love what we do. And I love my story and how I got here, coming up from the ranks of a part-time answering repair calls on Saturday to the CEO of the company. So after I graduated ASU in 97, I never really stopped engaging with the university. Part of that's just because of being here locally, and there was always an opportunity. Always, and there is always an opportunity to be engaged in some level if you want to be and if you choose to be. We are a longtime supporter of App Summer Festival. We do lots with the athletics as well. And so we're very fortunate and very proud of our sponsorships and being just good corporate citizens and good community partners. But my new engagement came when I had the opportunity, it's bigger than an opportunity, the fortune of being asked to serve and selected to serve on the Board of Trustees. In all of my professional career, I have done lots of things, and serving on the board at ASU has been one of my favorite for various reasons. When you're a student, you see things from the student perspective. That's a no-brainer, right? When you are an alum, you see things from an alum perspective. When you're on the Board of Trustees, that's a completely different perspective. I mean, the complexities of running that university, I had never really focused on. You know, there are so many aspects to running that university, and getting to be just a small part of that has really been a phenomenal experience for me. The ASU Board of Trustees is such a devoted group of individuals. They have the university's best interests at heart, and to be able to serve in that capacity and have an influence on what's going on there has been truly an experience that I will never forget nor take for granted. We are atop Mount Jefferson State Park. We are sitting at around 4,000 feet in elevation in beautiful Ashe County, North Carolina. What separates ASU from other institutes of higher education, you know, you can go to other institutions and get the same degrees that you can get at Appalachian, but you're not going to get the same experience that you have at Appalachian. One where folks genuinely care about you and will go out of their way to make sure that you are successful in whatever endeavor that may be. Part of that, I think, candidly, is just we're mountain people. And the hurricane was a perfect example of that. People here in these areas did things that they didn't have to do. Nobody asked them to do it. That's just who we are, right? There's just a genuine, sincere caring for people. And it becomes part of who you are, right? The Appalachian family. We are truly a family, and it really is a special feeling and a very special label to be called a mountaineer. Being chosen to receive the Distinguished Alumni Award truly leaves me speechless. So when Chancellor Norris called to tell me of the award, I literally was speechless. She will probably tell you that. Truly humbled. When I think about previous recipients and this year's recipients, humbled but honored and proud to be part of that group. I love to represent Appalachian any chance I get. and to be among the distinguished alumni and to see my name on that list is a moment that I'm very proud of and very excited and anxious to share with my family. I want them to understand and know how special this place is to me and to so many others. Without my experiences as a mountaineer at Appalachian, I wouldn't be where I am today. There's no doubt. There's no doubt that I wouldn't be where I am today. Yeah, so I've spent my entire life in these mountains of North Carolina. It's who I am. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.